Hey everyone, it's Art from Vigilance Sports. Welcome to our top 10 power rankings for week 4 and my 3 hot picks for week 5. We have a new number 1 in the top 10 power rankings for the 3rd week in a row. This week, the Raiders are out. They got dominated by the Chargers. Denver and Carolina fell to the Ravens and the Cowboys. This was their real first test. I'm really happy that I did not include them last week in our top 10. We'll see how they work out the rest of the year. Are you ready? Let's go. Number 10, the Kansas City Chiefs. Last week, I got a lot of slack for not having them in the top 10. They're in last place in their division. They have a huge game this week against Buffalo on Sunday night. The offense is going to have to score lots of points because their defense is one of the worst defenses in the league. Number 9, the Cleveland Browns. Last week, they were number 4. This week, they're 9. Mostly because Baker, although he's hurt, isn't playing very well. Against the Minnesota Vikings, he was, 15 for 31 for 155 yards? That's not going to make it. The good thing is they have a great defense, and they played the San Diego Chargers this week. The LA Chargers this week. We'll see what happens. Number 8, the Baltimore Ravens. As I predicted, they smashed around the Denver Broncos. Although Teddy Bridgewater did get hurt with a concussion this year, although I do call Lamar their running back quarterback, he is killing it in passing. I believe he's at 11th with over 1,100 yards. Number 7, the LA Chargers. They beat up the Raiders on Monday Night Football. Kind of embarrassing. There was more Raider fans, although there was more Raider fans than Charger fans at the stadium in LA. The Chargers still put a whooping on them. Justin Herbert is probably a top 3, top 4 quarterback in the league and is only getting better. Big test this week against the Cleveland Browns. We'll see what happens. The Green Bay Packers, with all the talk about Rodgers and Tomlinson flirting on the sidelines, they basically beat up a hapless Steeler team. This week, they play the 3-1 Cincinnati Bengals. If they beat them, they probably move up. If they lose, they'll probably be out. And the Cincinnati Bengals will be in. Number 5, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They did win. Tom Brady went back to his old stomping grounds. I think Mac Jones actually outplayed him. Mac Jones had 19 in a row passes completed. If it wasn't for a 56-yard field goal that was missed, they might have lost that game. That's why they dropped down. Number 4, the LA Rams. They got blown out by the Cardinals. They looked horrible the whole game. They did beat the Seahawks in Seattle. The first half was pretty bad. Stafford was missing throws. Although in the second half, he looked really good. Russell Wilson got hurt. Geno Smith came back and scored a few touchdowns on their defense, which was a little shocking because it's Geno Smith. Depending on what happens with the other teams that are hiring them, they could possibly move up. Number 3, I hate to say it, the Dallas Cowboys. This is the best Cowboy team I've seen since the 90s with Troy Aikman and Emmitt Smith and all the other great Michael Irving. This week they play the Giants. They should walk all over them, but we'll see. Number 2, the Buffalo Bills. After a horrible game or horrible loss against the Pittsburgh Steelers, they've blown out every single team. Granted, they play the Dolphins, the Texans, and the Washington football team. Big test this week against Kansas City on Sunday night. Let's see if they can finally beat Mahomes. And the number 1 team, the Arizona Cardinals. I'm shocked too. Last week I had them number 2. They completely dominated the Rams in LA. Tyler is killing it. They're playing the Niners this week. Trey is starting. Garoppolo is out. They should win that game. I'll be shocked if we have a new number 1 a number one team in the power rankings. Okay, it's time for my hot picks for week 5. Although I've started slow this year, I started doing picks in week 2. I am 2-7 over the last 3 weeks. I feel good about this week's picks. I think I'm going 3 for 3. First, Bucks versus Dolphins. The Tom Brady traditionally in Florida, in Miami, has struggled against the Dolphins. The Dolphins are the underdog plus 10. I'm taking the points. My second one, the Ravens versus the Colts. The Ravens are favored. The spread is -7. The Ravens have won and covered each of the last 4 home games, averaging 34.3 points a game. The Colts are beat up, and it's Carson Wentz. The third pick, Broncos versus the Steelers. Broncos are favored. The spread is right now -1.5. I don't care who's the quarterback for Denver. It can be Drew Lock. It can be Teddy Bridgewater. The Denver defense is excellent. The Pittsburgh Steelers are horrible. Their offensive line, Big Ben's not playing well. They can't run the ball. I believe Washington is hurt. The Broncos are also 3-1 against the spread. My guess is it's going to be a blowout. Okay. Thank you for listening. I appreciate it. Vigilance Sports appreciates it. Hopefully next week we'll have a full podcast. I look forward to Sunday watching great games. There's a lot of good games. Mostly, I'm really interested in watching that Green Bay Cincinnati Bengals with Burrow. The team's playing well. They're playing in Cincinnati. The Green Bay, the cornerback for Green Bay is out. I believe they just put him on IR for a couple of weeks with a shoulder injury. So good luck with all your picks. Thank you for listening. Have a happy football Sunday. Talk to you soon.